You've been walking for months, maybe even years, 30 minutes every morning, an hour after dinner, 10,000 steps a day. You're doing everything right, but that stubborn belly fat, it's still there, mocking you every time you look in the mirror. What if I told you that walking alone will never get rid of your belly fat? What if the fitness industry has been selling you a lie? What if there's actual science that explains why walking fails for targeted fat loss and what you need to do instead? Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're blowing up one of the biggest myths in fitness, the idea that walking is the solution to belly fat. I'm going to show you exactly why walking alone doesn't work for losing stubborn belly fat, what's really happening in your body when you walk, and the science-backed strategies that actually burn belly fat. By the end of this video, you're going to understand the truth about fat loss, why your current approach isn't working, and exactly what you need to change to finally lose that belly fat for good. This isn't about hating on walking. Walking is great for health, but if your goal is losing belly fat, you need to understand why it's failing you. Let's get into the science. First, let's destroy the biggest myth in fitness. You cannot spot reduce fat. This is fundamental. When you lose fat, you lose it from your entire body based on your genetics, not from the specific area you're targeting. Doing 1,000 crunches won't burn belly fat. Walking won't specifically target your stomach. Your body decides where fat comes off, and unfortunately, belly fat is usually the last place to go because that's where your body prefers to store it for evolutionary reasons. So when we talk about losing belly fat, we're really talking about losing overall body fat until you're lean enough that the belly fat is gone. There's no shortcut. There's no exercise that burns belly fat specifically. Now, with that understanding, let's talk about why walking fails as a primary fat loss strategy. Reason number one, walking burns too few calories to create a meaningful deficit. Fat loss requires a caloric deficit. You need to burn more calories than you consume. This is non-negotiable, and walking simply doesn't burn enough calories to create a significant deficit unless you're walking for hours every single day. The average person burns about 100 calories per mile walked. So if you walk 3 miles, you burn roughly 300 calories. Sounds good, right? Wrong. That's less than a medium-sized bagel. One small meal, a handful of snacks. You can easily eat back those 300 calories in 5 minutes without even realizing it. This is why people walk religiously and never lose weight. They're burning a small amount of calories through walking, then unknowingly eating those calories right back. Or worse, they think, I walked today so I can have this treat, and end up eating more calories than they burned. Compare this to resistance training. A hard 45-minute weightlifting session can burn 300 to 400 calories during the workout. Plus, it elevates your metabolism for hours afterward through excess post-exercise oxygen consumption, and it builds muscle, which burns more calories at rest 24 hours a day. Walking doesn't provide any of these additional benefits. The calorie burn stops the moment you stop walking. Reason number two, walking doesn't preserve or build muscle mass. This is critical. When you're in a caloric deficit trying to lose fat, your body needs a reason to keep your muscle. If you're just walking and eating less, your body will break down muscle tissue for energy along with fat. You'll lose weight, but much of it will be muscle, not fat. Why does this matter for belly fat specifically? Because muscle mass directly affects your metabolic rate and your body's ability to burn fat efficiently. The more muscle you have, the more calories you burn at rest, and the better your body becomes at utilizing fat for energy. Walking provides zero stimulus to maintain muscle. It's low intensity, low resistance, and doesn't challenge your muscles in any meaningful way. Your body says, we don't need this muscle, let's break it down. The result? You might lose some weight, but you end up skinny fat, lower weight, but still flabby with belly fat because you've lost muscle along with a small amount of fat. Resistance training, on the other hand, sends a powerful signal to your body that says, we need this muscle, don't break it down. Even in a caloric deficit, lifting weights preserves your muscle mass so that virtually all the weight you lose is fat, not muscle. This is why people who combine resistance training with a caloric deficit look lean, tight, and athletic. People who just walk and eat less look smaller but still soft. Reason number three, walking doesn't create enough metabolic stress or hormonal response. Fat loss isn't just about calories in versus calories out. Your hormones play a massive role. Specifically, hormones like growth hormone, testosterone, and adrenaline are powerful fat-burning hormones that are released during intense exercise. Walking is too low intensity to trigger a significant hormonal response. Your heart rate barely elevates. You're not breathing hard. You're not creating metabolic stress. Your body stays comfortable. High intensity exercise like heavy resistance training, sprints, or HIIT creates massive metabolic stress. Your heart rate spikes. You're gasping for air. Your muscles are burning. This stress triggers a hormonal cascade that mobilizes fat stores and burns fat for hours after the workout ends. Walking doesn't do this. Walking is steady state, low intensity activity that burns a small amount of calories while you're doing it and then stops. No hormonal boost, no metabolic elevation afterward, no enhanced fat burning. Reason number 4, your body adapts to walking incredibly quickly. When you first start walking regularly, you might lose a little weight. Your body isn't used to the activity, so it responds. But within a few weeks, your body adapts. It becomes more efficient at walking. You burn fewer calories doing the same walk. Your metabolism adjusts downward to match your new activity level. This is called metabolic adaptation. Your body doesn't want to lose weight. From an evolutionary perspective, being lean was dangerous because it meant less stored energy for times of famine. So your body fights back. It becomes more efficient, burns fewer calories, and makes it harder to lose fat. Walking is so low intensity that your body adapts to it almost immediately. Within a month, the same walk that used to burn 300 calories might only burn 250, and the deficit keeps shrinking. Resistance training and high intensity interval training are much harder for your body to adapt to because you can always increase the weight, increase the intensity, or add more volume. Progressive overload keeps your body constantly adapting and prevents metabolic slowdown. Reason number 5. Walking doesn't address insulin resistance. Belly fat and insulin resistance are closely linked. When you're insulin resistant, your body struggles to use carbohydrates for energy efficiently. Instead, it stores them as fat, particularly around your midsection. Walking has minimal impact on insulin sensitivity compared to resistance training. Studies show that heavy resistance training dramatically improves insulin sensitivity, allowing your body to use carbohydrates more efficiently and reducing fat storage. When your insulin sensitivity improves, your body becomes better at burning fat, especially stubborn belly fat. Walking alone doesn't create enough stimulus to significantly improve insulin sensitivity. Now, before you think I'm saying walking is useless, let me be clear. Walking is not useless. Walking is fantastic for overall health, stress reduction, cardiovascular health, and general activity. It's low impact, accessible, and sustainable. But walking alone is not an effective strategy for losing belly fat. It's a piece of the puzzle, not the entire solution. So, what actually works for losing belly fat? Let's talk about the science-backed strategies that get results. Strategy number 1, create a caloric deficit through nutrition, not just exercise. You cannot out-exercise a bad diet. If you're walking an hour a day, but eating in a caloric surplus, you will not lose fat, period. Fat loss happens in the kitchen. You need to eat fewer calories than you burn. The most effective way to do this is by tracking your food, eating adequate protein, reducing processed foods and sugar, and being consistent. Walking can be part of your calorie burn, but your diet is where the real deficit comes from. Aim for a deficit of 500 to 750 calories per day through a combination of eating less and moving more. Strategy number 2, lift heavy weights 3 to 4 times per week. This is non-negotiable if you want to lose belly fat while looking lean and athletic. Resistance training preserves muscle mass, boosts metabolism, improves insulin sensitivity, triggers fat-burning hormones, and burns calories during and after your workout. Focus on compound movements. Squats, deadlifts, presses, rows, pull-ups. These recruit the most muscle, create the most metabolic stress, and provide the biggest hormonal response. Train hard, progressive overload, lift heavier weight over time, challenge yourself. This is what forces your body to maintain muscle and burn fat. Strategy number 3, add high-intensity interval training. HIIT is incredibly effective for fat loss. Short bursts of maximum intensity followed by rest. Sprints, bike sprints, rowing intervals, sled pushes, battle ropes, pick your poison and go hard. HIIT burns a ton of calories in a short time, elevates your metabolism for hours afterward, improves insulin sensitivity, and triggers powerful fat-burning hormones. 2 to 3 HIIT sessions per week is enough. More isn't better because HIIT is very taxing on your nervous system. Strategy number 4, use walking as supplemental activity, not primary fat loss. Walking is great for increasing your daily calorie burn without adding stress or interfering with recovery from your hard training. Aim for 8,000 to 12,000 steps per day. This adds a few hundred extra calories burned without taxing your body. Think of walking as your baseline activity, not your workout. Your actual workouts should be resistance training and HIIT. Walking is just bonus movement throughout the day. Strategy number 5, prioritize sleep and stress management. Poor sleep and chronic stress elevate cortisol, which promotes belly fat storage, increases hunger, and sabotages your fat loss efforts. 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep every night is essential. Manage stress through meditation, hobbies, time in nature, whatever works for you. High cortisol is one of the main reasons belly fat is so stubborn. Control your cortisol, and belly fat becomes much easier to lose. Strategy number 6, be patient and consistent. Belly fat is typically the last fat to go. You might lose fat from your arms, your legs, your face first. This is normal. Your genetics determine the order. But if you stay in a caloric deficit, keep lifting weights, stay consistent, the belly fat will eventually go. Most people quit right before they see results. They lose fat everywhere else, still have some belly fat, get frustrated, and quit. Don't be that person. Trust the process. Stay consistent. The belly fat will come off if you stick with it. Let's talk about realistic timelines. If you're significantly overweight, you might lose belly fat relatively quickly at first. The first 10 to 20 pounds come off faster. But if you're already relatively lean and trying to lose that last bit of stubborn belly fat, it's a slow process. You might lose half a pound to 1 pound per week. It could take several months to get truly lean. This is why walking alone fails. People walk for a few weeks, see minimal results, and quit. The deficit isn't big enough, the stimulus isn't strong enough, and they give up before real fat loss happens. But with the right approach, combining proper nutrition, resistance training, HIIT, and supplemental walking, you will see consistent progress. Your belly will get flatter, your abs will start showing, your body will transform. Here's the brutal truth. Losing belly fat is hard. It requires discipline, consistency, and patience. There's no magic exercise. There's no magic food. There's no shortcut. But it is possible. Millions of people have done it. You can too. You just need to stop relying on walking alone and start implementing strategies that actually work. So here's my challenge to you. For the next 90 days, commit to this approach. Track your calories and eat in a moderate deficit. Lift weights 3 to 4 times per week. Add 2 HIIT sessions per week. Walk 10,000 steps daily as bonus activity. Sleep 7 to 9 hours every night. Manage your stress. Mima DeJoe's walk. Do this consistently for 90 days, and I promise your belly fat will be significantly reduced or gone. You'll look leaner, stronger, and more athletic than you ever did from walking alone. If you're ready to stop wasting time and start getting real results, drop a comment saying, "I'm done with excuses. Let's build a community of people who are committed to real fat loss strategies." And if you want more science-based fat loss content, training tips, and nutrition strategies that actually work, smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Walking is great for health, but for belly fat, you need more. You need resistance training, intensity, and consistency. Stop walking aimlessly and start training with purpose. Your lean, strong body is waiting. Now go get it. I'll see you in the next video.